It's time to finish part 2 of your harvester hat. So you should have completed your brim, whether you did the provisional or the roll-up brim or a 2.5-inch brim, whatever, and you've made it through the ends or the arrows, whichever you decide. Now we're ready for rows 19 through 34, and that will be this section. And then the crown is 10 rounds. And so we're going to repeat what we did down below. You'll want to pay attention to color placement because it isn't as you naturally might think with lining up in a certain direction. So you'll want to follow the pattern. The pattern is right. Now I want to show you the difference. This hat is finished. This is my hat that I have to finish the crown with. And you can see that this looks really long and tall, but it is the same as what you see over here in our finished hat. And so a couple of things. You only have 10 rounds to finish the crown, and so this is going to pull in considerably. Secondly, if you want a little shorter hat, then you could take out rounds 30, 31, 32, and 33. But that will remove 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you would just have that little blip. So you might maybe take out, well, there's B. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, there's 4. Take out those 4 rows and you would remove that portion of it. And then you go right into the crown decrease, which again is only 10 rows. So you may feel that this is long, but it really isn't long. We're going to come back after I finished it and take a look at it. You'll notice that on round 34, I might have been saying rows, it's really rounds, round 34, that you do place your markers, and this will help with your decrease. Markers, markers, markers. If there's things where people come in and they've got kind of a challenge, it's because they didn't put their markers in. So please put your markers in. Those of us that are experienced kniters, we use markers. Let me say it one more time. Always use your markers in this project. It will save you a lot of time. Now I am ready for the crown shaping. And at this point, I'm set because I've got my magic loop. And so I can do the whole thing on the magic loop. If you're working on a 16-inch round and round or double points, 16-inch round and round, you'll be able to get to a certain point, and then you're going to have to switch to double points because you won't have that many stitches that will work on your 16-inch. This is why I love Magic Loop, is because I can make the whole rest of the hat with the same needles. You keep the same needle size. I think you're on an 8 or whatever needle you're using. You don't change needle sizes at this time. So I'm going to go ahead and get my crown finished, and then we'll come back and take a look and see how it compares. Looks really long here, but I think you'll be amazed at how it pulls in after we've knit the crown rounds. Okay, I've completed the crown shaping and I'm down to 12 stitches. Thought it would be fun to show you how I close the top of my hats. Leave 10, 12 inches of a tail. Thread your needle, and then you're just going to click them off. So I just take my darning needle that I'm using and take them off one at a time. That. I'm going to turn it, pull the needle through, pull the yarn through. Then I'll do the last 4 stitches here, same way. And then I pull it up tight, like that. So you can see what a nice little crown this makes by the decreases. That's why those markers are helpful. You did the 7 and the 6 and the 5. And what I like to do is I put my hand through, and then I'm going to go back around that. So I'm just going to kind of look at where my stitches are. They're not going to be perfect, but I'm going to go around it and secure it once and pull it pretty tight. Then I might even do it a second time around. And again, if I'm not getting it right in those stitches, that's going to be okay. Just want to give it a really nice, tight, firm finish. Go around, and then I'm going to go down in the middle there, and I would just go straight down, push it through, turn the hat around, pull it out, and then I'm going to weave it in. And, you know, you could go around here. I'm just going to kind of pick a vein, spine-like area to go there, and I'm just going to pick little snippets of the yarn, about an inch. Okay, and then I'm going to come back through, kind of up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And that'll hold it secure. And then I would snip that off, turn it around. There we go. I'm gonna, and then of course you'll turn it inside out and you're going to weave in our ends as we've demonstrated before on the cowl. And so you can weave in, kind of tuck them in where they go. You can see I carried the yarn up, that's a-okay. Tuck them all in. And then I'm going to go give this a steam, and we'll take a look at the finished product. All right, here's our harvest hat, blocked and ready to wear to the football game or volleyball game or just in Nebraska or wherever you live to show your spirit. You can see that the steaming, again, blocks it out beautifully. There's no need to wet block them. We're being mindful of our reds and whites and those things. One of the things that I really like to do is put a pom-pom on my hats. And so we carry a real pom-pom. These are fox pom-poms. They come out of New York. And we also have faux as well. So here would be a red. And, you know, initially it's like, well, that's a really different red. I don't mind that so much. But let's take a look at a black. Oh, yeah. Gosh, that black pom-pom looks fabulous. So these pom-poms come with ties. And so what I like to do is I thread the ribbon through my darning needle. And then I'm going to just kind of go to the opposite side. And I'll pull that ribbon through. And then I will take the other one and go to the opposite. You know, I look on the top here and I say, well, where do I have it? I have it on that. So I'm going to go on that side. And I'm not going through any yarn. I'm kind of splitting the yarn because what's nice about these pom-poms is that then you can take them off. So you pull that other ribbon through and then you'll turn it inside and we'll tie. I haven't trimmed my ends yet. And then I tie it tight once, pretty darn tight. And then you can tie it the second time or you can just tie it as a bow. I like tie it tight so that it gives it stability so it doesn't flop around. Wow, that is really good looking. Incorporates the black into this hat. Now these, I have some on hand right now, but we will be getting a whole bunch more in the very first of November and into the month of November as we get ready for our hat season. I love this harvester hat. This is my second one. I have plans to just continue to make them. I think they're great gifts for family members or friends or anybody that wants to show a Husker spirit or put the arrows in. Really good looking. So I hope you've enjoyed knitting the harvest hat.